Hi, Crystal here, another video, and I was going to talk about the four agreements because I am reading it currently, and I'm finding it really interesting, and I really do want to talk about it because I've only gotten through the first agreement, and it's really interesting, and it was more than what I thought it would be. However, I ended up watching a documentary called "For the Love of Spock." Now, I had just a little background. I had gotten into the Kickstarter for it. Leonard Nimoy's son was going to do a documentary, and he wanted to do it on his father and Spock and how his life was and his relationship with his dad and everything. And so I thought it was kind of a neat idea. But the big reason that I did it was because backing up even further, it turns out about 2012, 2013, my friend Dave Keeler passed away. And he was the oldest friend that I have. Like, he's the friend that I knew the longest. Like, I met him way back, like, in kindergarten. And so I've known him for a long time. And there's a video on the web page. I'll put the link in for um, petition that his sister had started. And it was an excellent idea. She wanted to get him honored at the hockey game. He lives in Winnipeg, avid Winnipeg Jets fan, and very involved. Not just a fan, he was in the papers, everything. Anyway, all of that stuff. So when she told me about the petition, I worked extremely hard to get people of note to sign the petition. And I did. I got quite a few signatures of people who, are big in, famous, I suppose. And it was, and I so appreciated them because I bugged them relentlessly, and I don't usually do that, and I'm not very forceful in that way. But I thought it was really important. It was more of my friend Dave. It was really important that I get him recognized in some way. He was just that important. So moving forward, nothing really ever came of it, and whatever. It didn't work out, and I was really disappointed. And I kept thinking, well, what can I do? What can I do? Like, this mattered. And as most people know, my friends matter a lot to me. My family, obviously, first, and then my friends. My friends are amazing. I cannot say enough about them. And my friend Dave, I needed to do something. We had a lot of friends pass away, and in over a period of time when we were really young. And I always tell people that it's like I'm part of this veterans group or something, because we've been through a lot. Not to minimize veterans in any way, because I know this is going out to the wider public. I don't mean it that way. It's just that it's true because we went through the ringer as far as life goes. I've seen friends suffer. I got a ton of friends, guys that I grew up with, and I they didn't have a choice whether they got to live or go. They just they were dealt the hand that they were given, and a lot of them handled it amazingly. And you learn quickly that life is not forever. I never had that moment where I thought that we were going to live forever. And my husband, he hates when I say it, so it's a good thing he's not home right now. He thinks it's sad, and it is sad, I guess, but not really, because for me, if I don't do if I don't enjoy life, then I feel like I'm doing them a disservice because they didn't have a choice to not be here. And so I look at it that way. And I guess that's one of the things that I wanted to pass on through doing this website and all these videos, is the fact that I did learn a lot of things, and that was one of them. However, Dave had a disease that didn't, it was a little slower burning, although I knew he wouldn't make it to be a little old man, unfortunately. But yeah, death was still a shock, and so I miss him terribly. However, so I was really disappointed that I couldn't do this for him. And after all the efforts that I did, his sister, his family, it was just disappointing that nothing came of it. And I kept thinking, as the years went by after, in the last 5 years, I thought, well, what can I do? And even in the back of my mind, I didn't really know what I was going to do. And then this documentary comes along, so I saw it, and Dave is a huge Star Trek fan, and as a matter of fact, what turned out to be a eulogy of sorts, it was just a note that I wrote on my Facebook about him, and I didn't expect it to be read at his funeral, really. It was such an honor to have it read. I was, grateful to his family for that, but it was just something that I had on my mind. Anyway, so because of that, it made me think. And then when I saw the Kickstarter for the video for the Love of Spock, one of the things, if you donated a certain amount, his name would show up in the credits. And I thought, oh my God, this is it. Now they're not going to talk about David. They're not going to say anything about him, but he is going to be a part of something that he loved. And hockey was one of them, and Star Trek was the other. And I thought, this is the opportunity that I have been waiting for. So I didn't have a whole lot of money, but I was going to do it anyway. I didn't care. And so I sent the money to the Kickstarter, and then I didn't know how it all worked. And I wanted to make sure that David's name showed up on the credits as what I gave the money for. And so I wrote them a big long spiel and everything. And it was nice that they wrote back and said, yes, there was a lot of people that wanted to not put their name on, but it was a memoriam to someone that they knew. And so I was watching the documentary tonight, and I was thinking about, like I said, the video I was going to make. And it turned out that David was on my mind. So I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to explain that you get highly emotional with friends and things go wrong, and you think you've let them down, and but if you've tried the best that you can and it doesn't work out the way you think it's going to, you I mean, obviously I was disappointed. I don't want to gloss it over as to that it was like, oh, I had some kind of, I was really disappointed, and I was really upset, and because that's how much he means to me. And but I just kept it in the back of my head. I kept thinking, I gotta do something for him. I've got to do something. So that was when this opportunity, and I think if you keep things not in your head to bother you, but to be open to something that's going to come, not what you thought it would be or what you'd planned on it, that it might turn out better than you think. And so when I got this Kickstarter and I was watching it the first time, it was actually in the middle of the night, and I did take a screenshot with my phone, and I just looked at it now, and it's not very clear. So I've downloaded the movie and from the DVD, and I'm going to screen capture where David's name is. I'll put it in the comments or somewhere within vicinity of this video. It was a small thing, but I felt that I had done what I had what I had set out to do, which was to give him a memorial of something that he loved, and that it would always be there. And in that way, I had fulfilled what I set out to do. And I watching it again, obviously took me back to that moment of, being accomplished. And again, it was the middle of the night, so I'm sitting there in the bed crying my eyes out by myself. And I said to David, to myself, that and him, that I did it. I did what I said I was going to do. And so it left me feeling very satisfied that I could do that for him. Ooh. So the moral of the story, um you people are important to us, and we want to do something for them. And we sometimes get wrapped up in what it is that we want to do for them, that we're so pigeonholed into one thing. For one, friends appreciate the effort, and I know that even though I wasn't able to get the NHL thing, or that I was going to be able to do something, I just didn't know what. And I was really frustrated for a long time. And a lot of people may be frustrated with things that they're trying to accomplish, and they're not getting the results that they want. And you've got to hang in there, because as long as you're thinking about it but not letting it get to you, you might run across the solution, and it might not be what you had in mind, but it's still as equally as important. And I could hear Dave in my mind telling me, Crystal, it's all right, like you did your best. There's nothing more you could do, and at the time there wasn't. So I was glad that this opportunity crossed my path, and it. It answered the quest that I was after, which was to honor my friend. So when you think about your friends and what you want to do and what you would like to do, and although I accomplished something, the most thing that I think friends want to do, and me as a friend, is to know that people care about you and that they're there. And even if they can't do what it is that they want to do, or that you want them to do, the fact that they care enough to even be thinking about you is really ultimately what matters. And so even if you're doing something right now and a friend and you can't do anything, just know that if they're a really good friend, they will know that you care, and that is enough. And I've been through enough difficult situations in my past as well to know that there's a lot of people that say, oh, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. And I'm really grateful to have people in my life that think that way. And even though you can't do anything for me for whatever reasons, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you're giving of your thoughts and your energy to me in a positive way, and that's what I take in. And that's what all friends take in, because that's what they are, and that's what friends mean. And so that was my revelation for this evening, was friendship. It means the world to me, and all of my friends mean a great deal to me. And I always tell them it doesn't matter how much time has passed, I'm still the same person. And if you're still the same person, then it doesn't matter. We're friends, and I love that about friendship. So there we go, friendship. It's there to be enjoyed, and to be taken in, and yeah. So thank you. My friends are amazing. I am been blessed with a great deal of them, and more than most, and that really makes me happy. So enjoy your friends and tell them that you care, because that's what really matters, is just letting them know that you love them. All right. Thank you. Talk to you soon again. Bye-bye. Please leave comments in the bottom. Want to hear anything, or you just have something and say hi. That would be great. All right. Thank you very much for listening.